Howdy, fixers. So today we're going to be going after a variable valve timing solenoid on a 5.4 Triton. Um, so with the code that I have here, it's shown that the actuator, so it's saying that this bank is over retarded or it's unable to control it. Pretty straightforward stuff because you're able to, you can check the solenoid and look for resistance. Like I'll show you here. But what I'm doing is I'm checking the solenoid for resistance at 2 points with an ohm tester and look for continuity. If there's no continuity, that means that the circuit inside is broken and it's unable to operate the solenoid. You're also able to see that there's some oil buildup sometimes. Like with this one, there's oil that was seeping through the variable valve timing solenoid in order to make it bad, or it corrupted whatever works. So the other thing though is if you have like timing codes for the other bank and timing codes for this bank saying that it's over retarded on each bank, it's more than likely you probably don't have a variable valve timing issue. It's more like your timing chain has skipped a tooth, which they're really common for once you get up to higher mileages and stuff like that, or even lower mileages depending on how well you take care of your vehicle and how well you change your oil. So I'm going to kind of go through this a little bit. Just kind of want to explain it to you before I showed you the video. So if you have any questions or anything like that, please comment down below. Please give me a like. Please give me a subscribe. And check out the old Patreon if I was able to help you today and help our channel grow. So thanks for watching. And here we go. I've already moved a lot of stuff out of the way. The air cleaner nozzle is out of the way. The power steering pump stuff's out of the way. So I have access to this connector. So now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put my ohm meter on here.
So I'm on there now. And it's shorted out.
If you want to verify your readings, you can always check your new part. So here I'm cleaning out where the cap comes off of the top. I'm cleaning all this stuff out so that I don't get any dirt or debris or rocks or anything like that inside my valve cover, which will make stuff happen in my engine. So here I'm prying with a screwdriver, get a lot of the stuff out of the way, get some of the RTV, and there's little notches on each side of this plug. You just pry it up, it comes up through your sensor, and then it'll give you access to look down in the hole and see your Torx bolt that you'll be able to pull out. So you just have to have like a super long Torx, either screwdriver or super, like, you know, probably like 12-inch socket that's not going to come off and get lost inside the engine. This is little chiggers on each side that I was telling about. They have open spots on this side and the other side, and it just pops right out. You just even pressure, and that's your gasket that holds the oil in. So now we have access to look down in this hole and see our Torx bolt. So there is the majestic bolt that's hidden. You can't see it any other way but taking this cap off, or you can take the whole valve cover if you want. So you gotta get a really long screwdriver to get in there and try to get that bolt broke loose. So here I have this super long extension that I know that I can hold on to so it's not going to get lost inside the engine cavity, because that would be a bad thing to happen. So as long as I have control of it, so it's not going to fall in there. So my old one's out and I'm going to put the new one in. So you just want to slide it in. These bolts are stuck in there. They're shouldered, so they shouldn't come out, but I always check to make sure they don't, so I don't have an accident. And so it's just going to slide in there nice and easy, and then you line up the bolt holes, and then you should be able to get your stuff back on it like I got here and tighten her down. So this is our new plug here. I've smeared some RTV around it, so when it seals down in there, that I know that I'm going to get any imperfections in the valve cover that might leak oil. And so I'm just going to use a socket to tap it on there, and we're going to go ahead and we're going to make sure it looks good, it's nice and flush. So to get the seal on there, there is quite a bit of effort just to get it on there and then make sure it doesn't pop out like it's doing here. So I ended up using the socket and made it a lot better. So once I'm all said and done and flush, I want to make sure that this part here in the middle is all the way down around the base of this so it doesn't like stick up and leak oil. But I think I got it. One more thing I want to add is that you could have, if with this code, I'm assuming, but you could have a different code that would say circuit performance, and that's kind of the same thing that we have going on. But if your solenoid checks out That means that you could have a further issue. You'd have to diagnose further with it being the control part of the computer. So you'd have to, back probe your connector and look for a duty cycle. Like, there's a video here. That's what a duty cycle looks like. It's just a square waveform that controls something to open and close at a certain variable. So hopefully this is helpful. If you have any questions or anything like that, please comment down below, and have a good one.
Fix are good. Yeah, fix. Be your own hero.